Hi guys, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'd like to review for you a movie I just watched called Krampus. So this is a horror comedy that just came out about the Christmas character Krampus. This movie kind of started out like I thought it was pretty funny. They're like in a mall and there's like this happy Christmas song playing. Well, all hell is just breaking loose, and it's just kind of a funny contrast. And so then we go to this family who, I kind of felt like was parallel almost with Christmas Vacation. You got the nice family who's kind of well off. I wouldn't say super rich, but they have a nice big house. They get along pretty well. They have a nice family, and everything's going real well. And then almost, at the drop of a dime, the in-laws show up and just everything again goes to hell. And it feels so much just like in Christmas Vacation, where they're so happy and then that doorbell rings and it's like the grandparents are there and then just nothing is the same again. So I believe it was the woman's sister. I was confused on I had to have been the woman's sister, because I thought they were brothers, and then I was like, no, I'm pretty sure they're sisters, and then they have like a bunch of kids, just like Cousin Eddie, always had a bunch of kids, and then they bring the aunt, just like Aunt Edna, but that was from Vacation, I guess, and so the kid is like, he's like at that age, where he knows there's not a Santa Claus, but he still kind of believes, and he wants to believe, and he just gets like so fed up of his in-laws, and he just stops believing. And I guess for some reason this sets off the Krampus. Now then it kind of goes into this whole you guys have ever seen Storm of the Century kind of vibe, where just like this crazy blizzard comes in and like all the people seem to disappear, and you can't see anything, all the power goes out, and all the lights go out, and cell phones don't work, and they're just kind of they don't know what to do. Well, the teenage girl, of course, she has to go check on her boyfriend to make sure he's okay. And that kind of sets off everything, because she doesn't come back, and then they have to go look for her, and then and then things start happening from that point on. Now, at first I kind of thought, I was like, this movie is, what's the deal with this movie? There's not really a whole lot going on. When is this movie gonna get into it? Well, I could see somebody had commented on one of my videos. They were saying, this was a cult classic. This would be a future cult classic, and I can really understand that. This movie is really kind of like in the 80s or maybe early 90s, kind of cheesy almost, creature horror movies. Like I kind of think of like, dang it, now I forget the name. It's a troll, kind of, not that the story's like Troll, but just like those cheap trolls they had, and kind of like these weird creatures that you just couldn't even imagine, like evil teddy bears, and I think one was possibly like an angel from the top of a tree, but like evil version, and it looks really cheesy, and it's like when they come in, they're scary and they're trying to kill people, but you can't help but laugh at them because they just look so cheesy, and it's kind of got that kind of vibe to it where it's scary, but it's almost so cheesy, it's funny. And I kind of like the story, I thought the story was okay, but I think that kind of, I don't know, did you guys think it was like that, kind of like an 80s cheesy horror, where, just the things were like the weirdest things that you couldn't imagine, and they were kind of gross and weird, but still fun, and like you just had to laugh at them. But it does have, it does have scary parts, and it does have some suspense, and you kind of feel sad for the family, because like the family's all being abducted by the Krampus, and it's trying to teach you a lesson, of course, couple things I didn't like about this movie, though. The Krampus, he's not featured in the movie that much, and he doesn't really do anything. Like, if you imagine Santa Claus, he has the reindeer that fly him around, and he has the elves that help him, and all this kind of stuff. Well, the Krampus has, I don't know what you'd call him, all his creatures that help him, so he doesn't do a lot. I would have imagined there would be more of the Krampus in this movie. And then, I'm not going to get too much into it, but the ending, I feel like there's supposed to be a twist, but the way they filmed it, it's pretty obvious that there's a twist, and I'm not even sure I 100% understand the twist. I definitely want to check this one out again. I definitely think this one, if you're a horror fan, if you're a fan of kind of those 80s horror with the weird creatures, I think you'll like this one. For other people, you may not so much, but it's an interesting movie, and I think it's definitely worth checking out. For a lot of my subscribers, I think you guys would enjoy checking this one out. But if you're not, like I say, a big horror fan, or you're not a big fan of those creature-style horror movies, maybe this one's a rental. But for everybody else, I think you'll enjoy this one. It's a pretty fun movie. But it wasn't like way up there super great. I did like it. I think I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Krampus. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.
If you're interested, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow on Facebook, follow on Twitter, and follow on Instagram.